From one fan base to another. Worked 6 years in the Blue Sky Studios fan base, about a year and a half in the Zootopia fan base, and now celebrating 8 years with this fan base. Before we started traveling and having good times with celebrities and new friends, why don't we go back 8 years to where we first started? That would be a good story to tell, right? Definitely a good story to tell. Way before we got this piece of artwork that was signed recently.
This holy shit, man.
Way before we were announced during the opening and closing ceremonies.
Herbie Hawk.
Thank you!
Atlas Apparatus. I'm sorry, I knew I was going to get that wrong. Atlas Apparatus and Weege.
Genesis Raptus. Hart Mender. Herbie Hops.
Yes, thank you!
Jet Setter.
Way before I lost my mind almost 4 years ago and that whole Twitch situation happened. Let's go back in time just for 1 minute on a positive video about some happy experiences. This video is basically brought to you by the Bluebell video from the other day, where there was a lot of interesting comments that were received. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, welcome to my origins. Way before I started traveling and meeting up with all these celebrities and having dinner with them and helping raise money for nonprofits and charities, there was a place that we started called Regal Cinemas. And in 2018, those bastards had gotten bought out by a pathetic, worthless piece of CEO. That CEO in 2018 told his own employees to fuck off, we hate you, and you don't belong working here. I was working for that company for 3 years, between 2015 and 2018, in 2017, I started in the fan base, thanks to the Lionsgate production. And just as a little editorial note, because I forgot to put this in, before I joined this fan base, I was in a multitude of other fan bases that either died off or they didn't really last too long. The Blue Sky Studios production, Rio, I was in for about 5 to 6 years. I retired in 2017 and started offshoring my products to other people that were still interested in the fan base that can find better use for the products than I can, that I saved over the years. That one was probably our longest lasting one. The other one I was in was Zootopia. That one only lasted about, I think a year and a half. There was people that I was associating with in the Zootopia fan base back then when the movie was, hot off the market and one of the biggest Disney successes of its time. That told me to KYS and GTFO and said that I didn't belong. And, a good majority of that Zootopia stuff I ended up selling off to some private buyer in California through eBay. Probably made a couple hundred off of it. I'm pretty sure I sold off everything to that one buyer. But I thought I would just put that in as a note as we're still talking about this whole thing. And yeah, pretty much that's it. This is the My Little Pony movie, round 2.
Well, maybe I would have been better off without friends like you.
Which, it's kind of weird, but that's where we started. Just to think of a CEO that hates his own employees with disabilities and can't stand general managers with kids. What a pathetic piece of worthless mother. Wow. Just to think that this was the first ever event that we had attended, which was sadly the final year of this event at the Baltimore Convention Center all the way in Maryland. Just to be fair, this was the first ever event that I had attended. And this was when I was new to the fan base. barely knew who any of the voice actors were, but this was a recipe for one of the most unforgettable situations that led us into a lifetime of adventure to what we're doing nowadays. This event had one of the most craziest things that I had ever experienced as a first-timer, all the way at my very first event on the East Coast. There was a situation where I was going to go meet up with the rest of the crew at Jimmy John's on West Pratt Street. And out of nowhere, I had gotten stuck in the elevator with a soon-to-be retired voice actor.
I'm squished in here.
14, right? Is it? 13,
down.
12,
Going
11,
down.
14. No, this is the only way it works. Because watch, we just say, sorry, there's no room.
I'll show them, please. There's no one there.
Let them out, let them out, let the people live.
And that was unexpected and freaking crazy.
Welcome to the last convention that these people are hosting.
That's just sick, dude. That's awesome.
Talk about some pony shit. Me, I'm trying a hard-ass pony special over here. Nothing like getting the fuck up with your fucking you know what I'm saying?
Now we got this one. Do I really want to torture myself by going back to this one? This year was by far one of the worst experiences we ever had. And I hate myself for everything I said that year. Everything I said that year was f***ing redundant. I hate everything that ever flew out of my mouth that came out that year. We had so much better times in 2024 and 25. Why do I torture myself going back in time to a year that was ass? Just complete ass. Do I really want to go through the footage for this year? Because this... it's... I hate myself for everything I ever said that year. And what's worse is, I'm glad that everybody forgave me for everything I ever said and did that year, and even took the phone calls with sincerity. But the truth is there's a lot of good people that were at this event. And I said some dumb, stupid ass, fucking dumb shit. Just a little life lesson for all those Twitch people. Before I start going through all the footage, before we got to this event, everything went to shit leading up to this event. I mean, Regal Cinemas told me off, told me to go f*** myself, fired me the same year I made Employee of the Month. My Nana passed away in her sleep. My uncle took his own life. My car was going through parts every single week. I was having trouble finding employment. I was on the verge of having a midlife crisis. And then we had law enforcement that decided to get in my fucking case. All before this. And before we got to this event, I was looking forward to this event as potentially an escape to get away from all the bullshit that happened in this state. But I was wrong.
Just do it! Nothing is impossible!
So much misleading, so much of the staff jumping in my case. COVID-19 restrictions, you name it, dude. I honestly don't know if I'd be back. You want? You want a piece of me too? Oh yes, this one. Another reason why we're coming back again this year. To finish this year on a high note. And it all begins with some of the most magical experiences. For one, we made it in the book. which was the first ever time that we actually got recognized. Not really much for our efforts, unlike what happened in California this year, but we still managed to make it on there. And the only reason we went to this event instead was things never worked out the year prior, as previously discussed. I still hate myself for the that I said. So we ended up taking some time away and going somewhere else, in which this is the only page you need to know from this year where we had some of the craziest ass experiences with these
Hopefully things go well this year. We had some bad luck last year. Look at that. We're even on the freaking... We're even in the con book. Huh, so it's like an Albertsons, but it's more like Seattle based. Okay. It's about roughly 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, the day of the main event, where people can go and have, you know, a bowling experience with the Netflix series voice actors and get photographs and vendor sections and whatnot. And what am I doing up this early? Well, to get myself ready for the big day. And at least it's better than dealing with a whole hotel room full of snoring dudes and everything. I mean, I even dressed the part, dude. I came into this convention wearing a freaking blazer and some nice clothes for this day. This is why I like getting up early in the morning. It's like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. There's like minimal foot traffic. And I'm shooting some B-roll. Look at this. They already have the lines set up for the voice actors of the Netflix series. This is like the line we would be standing in first, like right here. This is the line for the little glitter unicorn. And then it's going to be that line. And then we'll probably have to replenish. And then it's going to be her line. And then it's going to be her line. This is why I like shooting like B-roll footage, so that way you guys can see like what it looks like before the hallways are all crowded with people. And usually I get up at like the crack of dawn to shoot some extra footage. We're about ready to enter the second day here in Seattle. And yeah, it's got to be pretty much fun. This hotel is kind of nice, dude. It kind of looks like a freaking like diamond casino heist from Grand Theft Auto. If anybody still remembers that heist, or if they still grind on it. Dude! Somebody brought a Ferrari to Bellevue? Dude! How many rich people are in this fucking city? That's an Audi R8, dude! And I just saw a Lamborghini like less than 5 minutes ago. I don't think I'm ever gonna look at California the same after today.
So now we're on this year. And oh boy, this year was way better than what happened 2 years ago. Unfortunately, I don't have the book before this year because I wasn't present. But you know what? Sometimes long-awaited returns bring the best surprises. And with what happened this year, this opened the road for a lot of crazy shit that happened the following year. And when I mean some crazy shit, I don't just mean because of the recent controversies that had happened weeks prior to the event, where, you know, people were making some pretty fucked up threats. I mean, there was a lot of unexpected surprises at this upcoming year. And some of them were wild.
What the Bruh. Bruh. Look at this, dude. Holy Look at this. It's so freaking, oh my God. I fucking love it. No, that was mine. As you all know, we've been gone from the event for a couple of years, and the artwork they went with this year is just too fucking goddamn adorable, and I love it. Basically, as we all know, this is their 10-year anniversary this year, and they've done a lot of crazy stuff this year. And look at this. They decided to do a let me put this down for a second. They decided to do a Willy Wonka themed 10-year anniversary. Just look how nice that artwork looks, man. I'm sorry, but that is both cute, adorable, and a blessing to be back. Luna's best princess!
Yes!
There we go. Only 1 of 10 of these little made, and I love the out of it. And the last one that we have presently to conclude this video is the final year. The great amazing times that we've had during this year was something that I've never ever been through before. So much love, so much support, so many people wanting me to be there, including a lot of the organizers, the founders, the design and publication people. I could not pass up the opportunity of returning this year. Usually I'd say, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna skip out on an event and go somewhere else. But with all the love and respect we got from this venue, there was no way that I was skipping out on the final year. There was no way in hell, not even if somebody paid me like $1 million to skip out on this year, was I ever going to skip out. And the best part is I made a lot of friends, you know, a lot of respect and love from this event in California. I haven't once been told to STFU, unlike what happened with a former moderator of the Discord server for Seattle. And it honestly made me feel like I belonged at this event. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final part of every single convention that we've been to so far, I present to you the very emotional, unforgettable, intense Bay Area Brony Spectacular 2025. The final goodbye. Just to think, we were literally just here a year ago with Golden Gate's Willy Wonka edition. I almost said pajama edition. That's this year. F***ing hell. We're back here again at San Francisco International Airport for the final year of Bay Area Spectacular. Oh my God. What the holy shit. And it's so emotional because even the chair of Bay Area fucking signed it. The dude that runs this event even fucking signed this. Oh, oh, for them to have to deal with losing attendance and financial issues a few years ago, just for this to be their final last ever year that they say goodbye, it's just not fair. I wanted nothing but the best for this event. I will never forget you, old friend. All the great times and all the great staff and everything you've ever done for me. What's up with the video quality? Oh, there it goes. Oh, shit. Wow. fucking cry. I don't think out of the 5 to 6 years that I've been traveling that I've ever been to an event so emotional like what happened in California recently with the final goodbyes, that I've been crying for like 3 days straight. I put my heart and soul into trying to help this place. I gave every last dime I did away from some people in my own backyard to try to help out an event that I actually gave a about. And just to think that after this weekend, everything that I ever tried to do to try to help save this event doesn't mean shit anymore. I'll never forget you, old friend. I planted flower. Like I said, you did a lot for me in the past. And you know what? It's time I returned a favor. What would be a better way of saying our final goodbyes than bringing one of 12 final plushie commissions of Golden Gates to view her last sunset? We're gonna miss you, old friend. All the good times, the laughter, the friendship, the memorable experiences, the musicians, the vendors, the great staff members. May you forever rest in peace. May you rest in peace peacefully, knowing that you meant a lot to thousands of people that traveled through those doors every single year. There's no way this is happening. Oh my God. Thank you guys.
Now what's next?
Thank you. Thank you for everything. I just got hugged to death by 2 cosplayers. Awesome, man. Let's do it. Holy hell. This is like that scene from Little Nicky. Is it Dad's birthday? Eat shit, die, troll.
To finish BabsCon strong and make it the best BabsCon possible. So when folks look back to this weekend, they remember BabsCon the way it was meant to be, the way it should be, and the way it should be and will be remembered thanks to you and your hard work over this weekend. Thank you. I am very proud of each and every one of you. I have heard nothing but positive things on Twitter, online, from people saying that we did BabsCon right. So thank you.
Yeah!
I think a little bit extra thanks should be had. We had a group of people that did an amazing job, and a motivational force that truly inspired us and moved us to do some really awesome things. Where's my man Herbie at?
Right here!
My man Herbie. Yeah, let's get for Herbie.
Everybody, may I have your attention, please?
I want to say that without a shadow of a doubt, this BabsCon, this one last 2025 BabsCon, truly channeled the spirit of the original 2. Yeah. I have not seen a BabsCon like this since I was in charge, and I had nothing to do with it.
Damn! Yeah!
Yo!
It was nice knowing you. Goodbye, old friend.